of the Day Top 10. A bit of a different show this time, as Alan and Micah have picked their best 11s of players they've played with. The only rules are as follows. They have to pick themselves in the team, which obviously they would have done anyway, and name 10 others. Therefore, it's still a top 10.
Okay.
They must be players they played with at club level, so no England players, no England teammates, unless you played together at club level, and they can play any formation they like. Was this difficult?
Yeah, to a certain, but I think my right side was difficult. Right. I'm not going to give you my team, but my right side was difficult.
We're going to do it from the back to the front.
Front, yeah.
Alan,
it was tough, yeah.
Must have been tough. What formation have you gone for and why?
I've gone for 3-4-3.
3-4-3.
Just because you're not going to get fullbacks. I know we have a bit of a laugh, but fullbacks don't get in proper. You want centre-halves, midfielders.
Hang on a minute. Where the hell are you playing then?
We're playing 3 at the back.
So you're playing right side of a 3?
Exactly that.
All right, that's
perfect.
I thought he would have had himself in the middle, spraying balls around him. Left foot, right foot.
Mr. Fullbacks then. I mean, why would you bother having a fullback in your team?
At last, he's getting around to some sensible thinking. Who wants fullbacks?
Alan, are you playing any strikers?
I'm playing quite a few.
What formation have you got?
I've gone 3-4-1-2.
Oh, crikey, that's cool.
Only 3 at the back because full. I mean, who put
so basically, you're doing it so you only have to pick 3 defenders and not 4.
Correct.
Which makes sense. Goalkeepers. First of all, before you give me your goalkeeper, who have you played with that was in competition?
Shay Given. David James. He was back in the days, he was very good. Yes, Joseph Hart. Brilliant.
I've got a feeling he'll be in it. But who?
When I first went to Southampton, Peter Shilton was there. But I didn't play in the first team with him. John Burridge was there. Tim Flowers was there. Yeah. Tim Flowers was then at Blackburn when we won the league.
Shay Given.
And then Shea Given at Newcastle.
So, Micah. Goalkeeper.
Ooh, Joseph Hart.
I knew you were going to say.
I mean,
is it Joseph? Is it?
Yeah, it's Joseph. Yeah.
I know it's Joseph, but do you call him Joseph?
I call it when I'm taking a mick out. It's nonsense. He made what? How many caps for England? Over probably 60, 70 caps. He was
the thing is
pivotal.
With football, you're remembered for your most recent stuff sometimes, and at the end it just went a little bit sour for him, didn't it?
Of course.
And that's probably why. But you're right. Before that, he was terrific.
He was pivotal in Man City's success.
Alan, have you got in goal?
I have got Tim Flowers in goal. It's Tim or
it must have been really difficult to go ahead of Shay Given. Tell us about Shay first.
Brilliant character, very good goalkeeper.
Not the biggest of goalkeepers, was
brilliant as shot stopper, superb. Yeah. The only thing that stopped me putting Shay in was because we won the Premier League with Tim at Blackburn, and there was one game come the end of the season we played Newcastle at Ewood Park, and we were under the cosh. We were starting to falter, and Newcastle battered us. We ended up winning 1-0. Some of the saves he made that night were outrageous.
You've both gone with a similar formation. So right side of your back 3.
Right side of my back 3 is a person who you'll know. He might not know. He should know. Is called Russell Osman.
Oh, Russ. Yes, know him very well.
What era was this?
My era. A
80s.
Little bit before me, really. Actually, I think he's a fraction older than me.
So when did you play with him?
Southampton when I was a youngster.
Best
of all my career, he was the best 2-footed player I ever played with. Left foot, right foot. You could never tell what he was. Yeah. Pinging balls, passing balls out from the back. Yeah. If you had watched him in your early stages, you might have learned a thing or two.
He was tough as well, you know.
Yeah, he was.
He was
tough lad.
I played against him, and he became a good friend, actually. Obviously, England squad scar. But I've got a scar under here. He's responsible for that, under my chin.
Yeah.
Under my chin, yeah. He kicked me right in the chin. I guess I know you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Right of your three.
Big Meeks is going right at the
Meeks.
3, of course.
Big Meeks.
Yeah,
No,
it's
man,
like
it's not. It's MR2.
MR2.
MR2, Big Meeks.
Big Meeks, brick wall. Nothing's getting past. You shall not pass.
If you didn't have to pick yourself in this team, would you have?
No, I would have picked. I would have picked probably.
Zabaleta.
No. No, I wouldn't have picked Zabaleta as a right of the 3. I probably would have changed the formation, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe Colo Torre.
You'd have put 6 at the back to make sure you did get in.
Maybe Colo Torre. He wasn't amazing at Man City, but because he was at Arsenal, did so well, he would have been in there.
What were the strengths and weaknesses of Mix, MR2?
No, honestly, when I was first coming through, obviously we've talked about a change in positioning, but I was fearless. I was... Yeah. It's horrible. No, honestly, when I was 18, 19, look at me.
You were fearless.
Fearless. When did the fearlessness leave?
You're gonna have to move on, Gary. I'm gone.
I suggest that's a good idea. I've got a feeling we might talk about you in maybe a future episode. Who knows? Who are you playing alongside?
Oh, Sir Vincent Kompany.
Easy choice that was, wasn't it, for you?
You've got a good team there coming.
I mean, what?
You could be the weak link. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. Alan, actually, let's talk about Vincent Kompany first. I mean, we all know. I mean, what?
We've talked about him in the greatest centre-backs many times. We've got people on this. I mean,
we know him.
What more do you want from a defender who came as a midfielder?
Who have you got in there, central?
I've gone for, in the middle, Colin Hendry.
Colin Hendry, Blackburn.
Braveheart.
Yep.
Those 3 or 4 years that we were at Blackburn, from start to finish, he was brilliant. Last gasp tackles, strong in the air, leader at the back. So he had to be in my team.
Okay. Right, let's finish off our back threes. In your case, go on, Alan.
Stuart Pearce.
Oh, Stuart.
Both with England and with Newcastle.
Newcastle. He was at Newcastle for. I was thinking, yeah, because I couldn't get Stuart Pearce in my team because I only played with him for England.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't little team, but it's not.
Yeah. So
I mean, remember any of my players?
Can't wait for a good
Stuart, Pearcey was.
I probably don't have to say anything about him.
You do, because otherwise we've got nothing to talk about.
You needed Pearce in your team.
He was a man of few words, wasn't he?
He didn't say a lot.
He did his talking on the pitch.
He was as hard as they come.
He used to quite scare me. I might have told you before, the only time I ever saw him laugh was when he took a free kick and I was in the wall and he belted it so hard. At Nottingham Forest, hit me straight in the goo. It was like, I went down and he just looked at the crowd and go, he's laughing like that. God, oh Christ, that's the memory of it now. Right, left side for you.
Joleon Lescott.
Ooh, Joleon.
Yes.
Lescott.
Now, he should have been on Unsung Heroes. We're talking about when we won the league. No, actually, I'll go back to when we won the FA Cup. He was the one who did everything right. You did the analysis and what you've been watching him. But the only thing about Joleon, he'd make a mistake, similar to Richard Dunn at the wrong moment. So like the
QPR game.
QPR, the Stoke as well. He headed it back, Stoke goal, won. He made one mistake, but for the other 89 minutes, and I know you've got to be concentrating for the full, but Kompany used to make mistakes and never get punished.
Get away with it.
Never, ever get... But he's played so many times. But Joleon Lescott, he wasn't the quickest, always in the right position. Yeah. He was left-footed, dependable. He played like, I think, 5 years in a row for Everton without missing a game. He was super fit. And yeah, he definitely goes in there without the shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. Your full midfield, are they all kind of midfield players? Because your sister, or have you got? I think your wingers will be. Anyway, I don't know. I'm guessing.
No, you won't. You won't guess them.
Let's go. Your right side midfield, right winger. Call him what you like. Alan.
Matt Letizia.
Ooh. You play there?
Right side, yeah, absolutely.
Mostly.
Always at Southampton. Right over 3 or right over 4.
Yeah.
Stuart Ripley was ridiculously good.
I know. That's what.
I tell you who was also brilliant. Rod Wallace at Southampton. He was superb. Could have had Keith Gillespie on there as well when I went to.
You've had some good right-siders to play with, haven't you?
Unbelievable, yeah. So, but yeah, Matt Letizia. We've seen his goals.
Yeah, I know who Letizia is.
Of course you do. Micah is on right.
Yeah, but he just gets trumped by David Silva.
Thing is, you just reeling out the Man City team there, aren't you?
We can't argue with that.
Yeah, Letizia was.
I mean, different footballers because Silva's, but Letizia would come up with things that Silva could never do. And he's got some spice.
All sauce.
I'm trying to get a story out of you.
No.
Likes a pint. That's all you can say.
He likes a pint. Yes. My midfield destroys his already. I can see the fear in his eyes.
Give me one of your dogs.
Ooh.
Rottweiler.
Patrick Vieira. Yes, I played with him at Manchester City. Yes.
Forgotten about Patrick.
Yeah, come on, you can't mess with big leagues. Come on.
Patrick Vieira.
Yes, big Patrick Vieira.
You're in trouble, Al.
That's 2 very good midfielders you've just knocked out there.
I know who the other one is as
yes. He's got no chance.
No, his brother didn't quite make it.
Exactly that, he knows.
I might as well put it in
my
there.
midfield might not be able to cope with this.
Hang on, let me put it in.
I think my forwards
Yaya Toure, right?
Of course,
Yeah,
that is the one, Gary.
I thought it might be. So you're 2 in the middle.
I've gone Rob Lee and Tim Sherwood. That's terrible! 20-odd caps for England. That's disgraceful behaviour.
That's so rude.
That's disgraceful. I hope he's listening to this.
How dare you come with that midfield?
I mean, they both bloody good players, Rob Lee and Tim Sherwood, but Vieira and Yaya Toure.
Imagine that. And
Imagine them playing together.
Devastating.
You're in trouble, Al.
Yeah.
With a midfield, I am. My goalkeepers and my defenders, trumpers.
Rob Lee. I mean, we talked about Tim Sherwood, haven't we?
We spoke about
previous
Tim
episodes. But Rob Lee.
Could spray a pass as good as anyone. Could intercept. The older he got, the deeper he got. When I first got there, all over the park. As a midfielder, started off as a goal scorer midfielder, then became a bit of a general.
Tell me about Yaya Toure. What do you mean?
What do you want to know?
We all know.
He's an interesting
we all know what he's
character.
like.
A wall that you have to break down. Yeah, just a layer. Like when he first come, he was arrogant. You know, when he first come from Barcelona, he was doing all them hand. At times he was too much. But as like a year after he'd been there, he was like the nicest, funniest, got banter, everything.
Yeah.
But it took a while to get past that.
But do you think it was a shyness, or do you think it was a?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think I told you the story about me and Lampard. I didn't really, because Lampard's quite shy, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I took that as arrogant. And you know what? I'm in the dressing room. I'm like, I always tried to, make it a good place, a good environment. But it was just very cold to me at the start. But really? After
maybe
that,
watch you play.
I know, yeah.
That's not fair. It's not even fair because you're in the team.
Yeah, but he's a lot nicer than people make out.
And Patrick Vieira.
What can I say?
How long did you play? It couldn't have been long.
So they won the FA Cup together. Yeah. Was he there 2 years?
Yeah. And
when he was on the pitch, his legs had gone a little bit.
Yeah, it was at the end of his career.
But he still couldn't get past him. Dirty. He was honestly horrible.
Well, I think we all have seen that side.
No, but in training, he was dirty. He's like, but horrible, and then like pretend to be, because everyone thinks, Patrick is elegant and all that. He's horrible. Horrible. he's horrible, man. He is, honestly.
Horrible man.
On the pitch.
On the pitch.
On the pitch,
On the
yeah.
Let's be clear.
No, off the pitch, he's top.
Giant,
top,
wasn't
top man. Yeah.
Giant.
Yeah. Left side.
This is one of the most difficult spots for me because I got Jason Wilcox, who was like ridiculously good at Blackburn for us as a team. David Ginola,
Never passed here.
who very rarely passed.
Yeah.
But I mean, ability-wise, David was like
unbelievable player.
God. But in terms of, for me as a person, I probably didn't see the best of him. The year and a bit, or 2 years that I was there at Newcastle with him. So that's why I'm going to leave him out, and I'm going to put Graham Lasso in there.
Graham Lasso on the left of midfield, not a left back.
Yeah.
Because you haven't got a left back.
Well, that's why the system that I went to get Pacey and Lasso in. So I get people say Ginola, and I couldn't argue with that. But in the 2 years that I had, I don't think he was at his very best. Yeah.
But so you've not put Ginola in?
Wilcox, no.
You see what I mean? He's looking after his mates here. That's why he's lost already. You can't not have Ginola in.
I thought this was my team.
You can have who he wants in.
You can't not have Ginola. Oh, my word.
He's thinking about who's most likely to cross it to him.
You don't obviously agree with that, then, do you?
It's your team. I don't disagree at all. I think Graham Lasso is lovely football. Really good player, but Ginola.
Ginola, I know, yeah. I mean, something's happened there.
I mean,
behind the scenes, something's happened with him and Alan. You know, not put him in.
Maybe.
There's an agenda with his team. I can see it already.
There's no agenda.
There's an agenda.
Let's see if Michael Owen gets in up front.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it.
Who's on your left?
See, this was my problem position.
Oh, what?
It was Sammy and Nasri.
Nasri.
He was wonderful footballer. But then there's Jack Grealish as well.
Here we go.
£1 million man. I mean, what more do you
I never
want
thought
from
for a
me?
minute.
When did you? How many years ago did you?
That's all right, isn't it? 3 years.
3 years ago.
It's his team.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with Grealish.
There's an agenda. He's looking after his mates.
You've got to put
You've got to put Grealish in. You've got to put Grealish in. Yeah.
I mean, all you go on about him so much that if you didn't put him in, can you imagine? You get a phone call, wouldn't you, straight away?
I know, yeah. He'd be texting me straight away.
He'd be texting, wouldn't he?
Bro, why you not put me in your team? Trough was really good for Man City, but that's when he was at the lower end. He was
It's not a problem to have. Is
no, Grealish. I mean,
it's just whether you put Grealish or Nasri, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, I go with Grealish. Nasri, though, again, he was a bit of unsung hero as well.
Alan, who have you got? You're playing different systems here, so you've got someone just behind the front two, which is
Peter Beardsley.
I thought it might be. You'd played with him at that stage of his career.
Yes, yeah. Obviously, I was aware of him. He's been a Newcastle fan. I know exactly what he could do as a player. It's just he was stupidly good.
Right. Which one do you want? You can mention any on the three you want. Pick one.
In the hole, Carlos Tevez. But I'm putting him on. Yeah, put him on. No. We want Sturridge on that side. Daniel Sturridge.
Oh, right. We've given us two. That's fine.
Yes.
Sturridge.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Aguero.
Oh, right. Oh, we're naming the front three then.
Yes.
You've done it. And Tevez. It's not bad.
I mean, you can't get any better than that. No. You've got the best ever Premier League goal scorer in there.
Yeah.
That was easy, wasn't it? That was fantastic.
He's in the top two, I think.
He's in the top two.
Yeah. Go on now, well, you might as well finish off. Shearer, obviously. And which one?
Sir Les,
I thought it'd be Sir Les. I didn't think Michael would get him.
Sir Les.
I was watching Les the other day. He was a handful.
Stupidly, Newcastle sold him the season after that to Spurs.
I remember that.
And I broke my ankle in pre-season. They tried desperately to get the move off, to get him back to Newcastle, and he wouldn't have it. He said, "No, you've decided, I'm off," and left. It was madness.
Yeah.
He was
Sturridge. What? Yeah.
It's because he had hip problems when he was younger.
Really?
So it's a long
story.
Yeah, people are quick to say, "Oh, he wants to be like." He did, but every time he got into a good flow, his hip would front free. Tevez coming off from the right, Sturridge from the left, Aguero up front, full of ball. David Silva, Grealish. I mean, it's full of ballers. That's proper. We talk about sauce many a time, but this is saucy.
There's so much sauce on there, I don't know.
But Sturridge, no, he again.
I think my forward line beats yours.
For what though? If we're talking about crosses into the box, I agree.
I mean, the three forward line. I mean, the two forward lines are.
Sturridge is better than Les Ferdinand as a player.
No chance.
Ferdinand's a better. He's as an all-round player.
Ever.
Oh my gosh!
Never.
Can we put that to a vote online? Sturridge or Ferdinand? Sturridge is a better footballer than Ferdinand. 100%. Ferdinand was.
Why did he keep moving?
He just decided he wanted to go and play where he was appreciated. He went to Chelsea. Didn't work out there. But even when he was at Chelsea, he had 10 goals and 10 assists till January, which people don't really. People only paint one picture. At City, he could have done better, but he was only young when he was there. He was 18. And when he went to Liverpool, I mean, his record, his goals to 100 games, he's up there with some of the best ever in Liverpool history, so.
Okay, Micah, here's your team in formation, 3-4-3. It's not bad.
Excellent.
Who's your captain?
Sir Vincent Kompany.
Thought it might be.
Yes.
Capitano. And manager. Again, it's got to be a manager you've played at club level. I know this.
Who else? He just brought on the Euros.
Italiano.
It's coming to Rome, isn't
I
it?
thought it might.
Man.
Your formation, 3-4-1-2. Tasty. And who's your skipper?
My captain would be Stuart Pearce.
Okay. And manager?
Oh, this is where it gets so funny. I've
Bobby
got two.
Robson, Kevin Keegan.
I've got two here.
Look at him sweating.
King Kenny.
He's got Dalglish as well.
Two. I've gone
and you're
King
still
Kenny.
not going to go Alan Shearer.
King Kenny won the league at Blackburn with us. He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
3 years we had. He delivered what he said.
Bobby Robson.
And Sir Bobby, yeah. So.
And Keegan.
Yeah, but I was only with Kevin for 6 months.
Oh, of course you were.
Newcastle, yeah. So I didn't really have him in here.
Oh, that's a hard pick, isn't it? Bobby or Kenny. Crikey.
I mean, Kenny won us the league, but Sir Bobby saved my career at Newcastle. I was on my way out. And Sir Bobby came in and took Newcastle from the bottom three to Champions League football.
Oh, dear.
I know, that's a tough one, isn't it?
I would go more sentimental. I'd go for Sir
I think I'll go Sir Bobby.
Ooh, drum roll, please.
What, you want my team?
Of course we want yours.
Here we go.
Let's see what we've heard of.
Hang on, have we got a Wikipedia so you can understand who they are?
I think my goalie wins.
Okay.
And I didn't go with Zubizarreta, who was brilliant for Spain. Neville Southall.
Oh, yes, very good.
Yeah,
Wow,
not bad. I've gone 4-4-2 because everyone played 4-4-2 in my time. Okay.
Sort of proper system, not like
yeah,
ours.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah. My right back, I've got Gary Stevens. Central defenders, I played with Alex Sanko and Migueli in Barcelona. They were really good. But I kind of went in the end with Kevin Ratcliffe, who was at Everton. Quick.
Welsh.
No. He was brilliant, man. He won the league a few times.
I'm not going to pretend that.
And I could not leave out Gary Mabbott, so I put him in there as well. My left back, I played with a Barcelona left back, Julio Alberto, who was unbelievable, flying up and down the wing.
I've heard of him.
Brilliant character, fantastic player. On the right side of midfield, I had to go Trevor Stephen. Such a silky, beautiful footballer. In midfield was difficult, but in the end, I had obviously Gazza's in there.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Gazza.
I was waiting for this.
Gazza had to be in there. And then I played with a guy called Bernd Schuster at Barcelona. He's unbelievably good, but I can't play Schuster and Gazza in there because. Peter Reid. Peter Reid. It was. I could have gone Bracewell as well, but in the end, I just went with the two in there, Reid and Gazza. On the left, all day long, Kevin Sheedy. Stephen and Sheedy, two of the great crossers of the ball. And then up front, it was a tough decision because I played with Alan Smith at Leicester. I played with Mark Hughes at Barcelona, but in the end, I went with Graham Sharp. So that's my team and myself. Yeah. So there you have it. That's my team. You've had your teams. Who would win? That's the big question. Now I've got to evaluate the two teams here, and the one thing I am worried about from your defence is Shearer playing against Mix.
But Shearer would be going down the, he wouldn't be
Not
my
if he saw
side.
you there.
I always made a point to go and standing on the worst defender.
No, but hold on. We can only go off records. So we played together for, I think, 20 minutes on the pitch, and he didn't score. So
there you go.
There's a clean sheet.
None in
Do you know what it is? That was the longest Baron run I ever had.
20 minutes. I'm looking at the two teams, and there's not a lot in it in certain areas. Certainly up front, you could argue either way. Both brilliant forward lines. At the back, there's not a lot in it either. Goalkeeper's not a lot in it, but I think your midfield, Mike, Vieira, Yaya Toure, David Silva and Grealish just edges it 2-1. 2-1. 2-1, maybe an injury time, a late winner.
Yeah, easy.
Late winner.
One thing was guaranteed, he wasn't keeping a clean sheet.
What a way to finish. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Match of the Day Top 10.